Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Friday. Happy Friday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. You made it. You made it. You made it a whole week. You are still here. So whether you're having a bad week, a good week, a dreaded week, or just a week you were happy just to skirt on through, we're here. You're here today. So today is Friday. It is making food for the weekend. I'm going to call it Gather Your Fragment Friday because I really truly am gathering fragments. I've been using things up in my freezer and we have a lot of meat out there. When I did a purchase, like I stocked up on meat, and I just even went out there yesterday, I was counting, I'm like, I still have a lot of meat left, which is a good thing. I'm very thankful for it. So today we're going to do the dreaded job of cooking these things, the turkeys. And I say dreaded because I bought, how many turkeys did I buy? 4 turkeys because they were very cheap. And in my head, I kept seeing videos of, turkey plated dinner and all these things, and it just looked delicious. And I know I cook good, so I know it would taste. It's not about the taste of the food, it's just turkey they don't love. My family does not love turkey, and I thought maybe if we ate it once, then they'd kind of eat it. I think a couple people ate it the first time, just a little bit, no leftovers. And then the next time I tried to disguise some, or like we made it, they didn't eat it at all, so I tried disguising some leftovers. They ate it, but nobody liked it. And so I told them yesterday, I'm like, guess I'm making tomorrow, and they're like, what? And they're like, I'm like, turkey, and they're like, oh. And so the boys like turkey legs, and like Greg does too, and Greg likes the dark meat, but we just don't eat turkey. We don't eat turkey. And so I'm going to do something with these today. So I'm going to get very creative. I was just determined to use them. I thought it'd be a cheap way to feed my family, but if your family is not going to eat it, no point of buying it. You know what I mean? Yes, I could force them, say, eat it, but it's one of those, like, I don't have to. There's plenty of meals that they have to eat that they don't all love at the same time, but turkey will be one of those. I just probably, unless today goes well, I probably will just skip over that next year. But we're gonna do something today. So anyways, today, one thing they do eat is ground turkey because I mix it with our hamburger and then they'll eat it. So what I'm thinking, Greg likes the dark meat, he likes the legs, he likes the other part of the turkey. So I'm thinking, why can't I cut off the breast and grind it up in my food processor and make ground turkey? Like, why not? Like, why could you not do that? So I'm gonna do that today. And then I made the sweet and sour chicken this week. Everybody's favorite. They love the chicken. They love the chicken, love it. So I'm like thinking about what I was gonna do for the weekend. So I think I was gonna do subs, and then I was gonna use our chicken tenders that I bake in the oven and we can kind of put them on the subs. But I'm like, why don't I just do some home, like deep fried chicken chunks, and then they can put that on the sub bread. But then I thought this morning, why don't I cut up some turkey and disguise it? I mean, I'll do my best and deep fry it as chunks. I don't know if I can pull the wool over their eyes or not. I'm gonna just see how that works. So I'm thinking if it works well and cuts up well, I'm gonna try to deep fry some turkey chunks. Chunks, I say, it doesn't even sound good, does it? Like chicken, like chicken chunks, you would deep fry them. I'm gonna try the turkey. We'll see how that works. So I have got 2 turkeys here that I put in, some cold water today to defrost, as well as my chicken chunks. So what I'm gonna do is just dig in. I think I was gonna just do in the sink, but I think I'm gonna keep in this plastic tub here and just make the gross mess in here and then take the tub outside and bleach it that way. That'll be better to do it. So I'm gonna cut those apart. Got some pans here to cook I'm not sure how I'll do it. Do you just cut the breast off and then just cook the whole carcass, or do you pull it apart and cook it? I don't know. Let's see what it looks like once we dive into it. I don't know. It's gonna be a good day regardless of whatever we choose to do, how it works, but today's focus is a turkey dinner and then some deep fried chicken and I guess a little list of stuff here. So it's gonna be a great day. I still got a plan to do this all before 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I think I can do it. Just make a lot of food. You ready? All right, let's go. I'm not sure which view you'd like, there or there, but I'm gonna do my best just cutting it apart. I'll probably leave a lot, should I leave everything in here? Just contaminate everything in the sink. That's probably the way to do it. And then I've got 2 pans here because I didn't even have I don't have my turkey pan anymore. So we actually bought some at the dollar store, and so I'm like, let's just reuse those. So let's just cut this open, and I'm just gonna embrace the yucky turkey contamination and just do my best here. Okay, so let's cut this out. It's been thawed all the way. It's nice, and I put it in water and let it sit here for a little bit, so that way it'd be easier to cut, I think. Obviously than frozen. So okay, so here's our turkey. There we go. So why can't we just, like, would all the pieces just come off? Do you know what? Like if you take This I gotta figure out. We gotta take the skin off, right? Because you should cut the skin off. Okay, I'm just gonna put you on fast forward, and I'm going to try to get this off here. Alright, so that's not bad getting the breast part off. So now I'm like, how do I cook the rest of the turkey? So do I leave it like as a carcass and just bake it and then pull it? Because I know there's a lot of dark meat on here. I just don't, or do I just cut off the wings and the drumstick? I know like I said, like all this stuff Greg would eat. I just don't know about the rest. So is that bad to cook the turkey like that? I mean, that's a sad looking turkey, but it would. And then I can pull it because like the breast part's off. So let me, I can just cook it this way, the other way? Option, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna kind of see. But there's all the breast meat that we would normally just throw away. I know, it sounds terrible, but we do throw away a lot of meat. So let me get this other one out here. Let's do the same thing. I just think it's probably better just to do the whole thing like that. I don't know, we're figuring this thing out. This is my first time doing this. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, there's not a lot to deep fry, so maybe we won't deep fry. I don't know, I guess we'll see. I gotta try some, right? Deep fry some to see if they like it. All right, here's this. So it really isn't bad, just cutting the breast off. I guess it's like a chicken. Like if you got a whole chicken, this still takes me back to my childhood. My Aunt Sandy, she was a very frugal woman. She had 3 kids, and she, I would go hang out. She was like the young aunt, the fun aunt, you know, the young fun aunt. And so I still remember we'd go to her house, my girlfriend and I. Well, my girlfriend and I were related by the aunt and the uncle on different sides of the family. And so we would go over there a lot and hang out. And I still remember watching my aunt. She was deboning a chicken, and I came out of the kitchen. She'd get a whole chicken. It was cheaper just to pull it apart and do it herself. And I was like, gross. Why are you doing that? She says, because it saves money, you know. And she was very frugal. Like we'd go garage selling every single Saturday. She would do a lot of things, wash her car every Saturday. She just did a lot of things to save money. And so I said to her, I said, well, I'm gonna be marrying me a rich man, because there's no way I'm touching chicken like that. So we laugh years later. Every time I see her, we joke about the rich man and the chickens, because we had chickens. We had all those things over the years. I'm like, isn't that funny? So just different things when you're a teenager, how the world just looks a little bit different. So this one's a little bit smaller. So this is, I mean, I just sharpened this knife, so it's really easy to cut. I know I'm missing some of the meat on there, but that's okay. I'm getting most of it, so like, I don't feel like it's a waste, because this normally would be wasted. But that's good. Just cutting it off. I mean, it's not a very good chop. Don't do my cutting skills. Those get better as we do this more. Will we do this again? I don't know. I guess I kind of see, like turkey, I think of how much it makes, and I guess how much ground turkey is per pound. I guess that's a good way to figure it out. Would that be cheaper? Like this would be, I guess this was an $8. I think I got them for like $8 and $5. They were cheap. So I guess I'll kind of see the price. See if that's even worth it. I don't know. We're just gonna chop. There's the thermometer. And then this container, let's take outside and we'll bleach it really good. All right, another piece there. Let's do our best. So I wonder if I can just put this, I don't know if that pan, this one looks kind of dilapidated. I don't know if I can just put that on there or not. Okay, I feel like that's enough turkey for me. I just don't think I'm gonna be able to cook 2 in the oven like that. So I just pulled off. I'm like, it's good. I feel good with it. I got the 2 legs, I got the wings. This is the breast part. So let me clean up this mess here, disinfect my sink so we can do some more. All right, what a mess. I was like, ew, cleaned it all up. I got my sink a little bit filled with water. I got some bleach in there. So as I was thinking about it, I'm like, I'll just bake it in the oven, let it cook all day. But I'm like, I really need to use my oven, and I need the big one today because I'm gonna do some bread. The small one, those pans do not fit in it. So then I was like, oh, then I'm also gonna have the oven on for like 4 or 5 hours, however long it takes to cook. And I'm like, we have to get out the door. So got an idea here. So what I thought of is crockpot. Hello, but I'm like, I know Greg likes them a little bit crispy and like, I guess like a solid drumstick, I guess to say. So what I'm thinking is I put this. I've got the 2 drumsticks in here, some wings in here from the one, and then this one, I'm just gonna throw the whole turkey carcass in there and let it cook. And then that way I can just kind of pull apart the meat from it, even if it falls apart. We're doing our best today. And I'm just doing it because I just don't know, like I said, I'm deconstructing the turkey. So I'm thinking this is gonna work. So I'm gonna put some seasonings on here. I've got some sage, parsley, onion, and salt, and I'm just gonna kind of put it on top, and then I'm gonna cover it. This I'll put in the small oven, so I don't use it in my oven, and this I'll just put on high and let it cook for a while today. Easy. I was trying to make that turkey fit in there. It's obviously not gonna fit perfectly, but I think that's gonna work. So I'm gonna plug this in over here, let it go on high for a long time, put the foil on it, and as it softens, I'll be able to kind of push it down and take it out. All right, I feel like that's gonna work. Right? Let's see how it does. So let me, I've got my sink kind of soaking with bleach and soap. Let me scrub it. I'll get out my food processor, and like the turkey here, I'm like, I'll cut some of the chunks up here. Can I mix it with chicken? It's still poultry, right? Yeah, let me get a bowl for my chicken, and then I'll cut up some chunks and throw that in there, mix it in, and nobody would know the difference, and the rest will grind it up, right? I feel like that's gonna be the best way to do it. I could deep fry it all. It's one of those things like I don't want to waste it if they're not going to love it. So let me clean up here and we'll get the food processor out. Okay, so I just stopped my dishwasher because this is the worst thing to clean when it's got chicken or any kind of grease, animal meat products in it. So I'm going to put it in my dishwasher so I can do the work. I'm like, I'll just shut that off because it just started. I'll restart it and go from there. So I'm going to put chicken chunks in here just to keep it there for a minute, and then I'll take off this and feel like I can, hold on, I want to get another bowl. I'm thinking I'll just put them in the food processor, grind it up, and just go from there, right? It's just gonna be ground turkey, that's it. So, okay, don't mind my mess. Let's get creative with all this stuff. Right, so I'm thinking winner on this. So I feel like the chicken and the turkey, is it gonna, I know it's pink, one's a little browner, but will they notice a difference? I will let you know in a minute on that or later, but this is the ground turkey. Now I always get Aldi ground turkey in the tube. It's not as pretty as like is it Jenny? I don't even know, is it Jenny-O's or Mr. Turkey? Who's the one that they sell at Sam's Club where it's like real pretty and very expensive? That's how this one looks. So impressive. I'm just thinking like how much, I guess I'll have to do a Google, like how much of the turkey is the breast, and then decide, is it worth cutting off and grinding up? Because if it's cheaper that way, because I think you get a pound, I think it's, I know it used to be 99 cents, I want to say it's $2, maybe $3. I don't even know, but that looks a whole lot better. So if that's cheaper, then I would get turkeys when they're on sale, and I'll just cut all their breast off, and then I gotta figure out how to break those legs off easy, and then just cook the carcass part. So, yeah, we're gonna see. I'm gonna make a bag and put this in. I'm just thinking that is like a really good alternative here. So the only thing is they get the little veiny stuff in there. So when you're scooping it out, make sure you don't get the veins. I'm gonna let me get some hot sauce for this. Right here, we are going to deep fry our chicken with, I'm gonna do some coating here. But let me let it sit in some hot buffalo sauce for just a minute here. That way, it just tastes good. When we did our deep fried chicken, the kids really, it doesn't make it spicy, it just gives it a nice flavor. So let me let this sit for a few minutes. I've got my deep fryer in the sink because that's a good place for it for me. And there we go, look at that. I'll let you see this. Just mix it up, let that sit for a few minutes. Okay, let me put this in a bag here. As I'm doing it, I'll probably pull out the veiny stuff. I know, gross. All right, so I'm thinking like the tubes at Aldi would probably be more like, this is probably over the tube. So I would think like 2 of these, or at least 5 or 6 of the tubes. Because the Aldi one, it's like full of water. When you cook it, there's just like, I think when you cook it, it's really low, like it's very small in these bags from what I remember. So like say 5 pounds? Will my scale do 5 pounds? Let me go see. Okay, I stepped on the scale and weighed myself and then picked up the bags to put on. It was 5 pounds. So is 5 pounds worth doing all that? Again, I'd have to figure out how much a pound of ground turkey is. That would give me, let's just do right now while you're here. We'll do Walmart today. Ground turkey, Walmart. Let's see what the price is. It's $2 for a pound. So this is about $10 here. So I guess it would be worth it because then I would get the rest of the turkey if you got your turkeys cheap. So I figured they were almost, I'm not sure which ones I got on sale, but if they were $5 a turkey, that'd be $10 and I still got the other meat. So that would be a win. If you wanted to. The only bad thing is you get those stringy things. Like I'm sure the processing department pushes them through some kind of screen thing to get rid of all this veiny stuff. That's the only bad thing. One time I didn't pick it out in the chicken and the kids were like, ew, because it was very stringy, like the fat ball, the tendons, whatever those are. So that's the only flaw. So not bad. So I've got some. Hey, I saved myself $10 and put this in the freezer because when I do my meal prep, my meat prep, I will cook this with hamburger. Okay, so I'm gonna get this my batter mixed up so I can deep fry as I'm doing other things. So into my bowl, I wanna do the mixture that I have when I buy that stuff. So I'm pretty sure it would be cornstarch. Probably have to get more cornstarch. Do I have more cornstarch? Hold on, I think this is gonna decide whether I do this or not. Okay, I just did a quick Google. I think I can do this. So I'm gonna do what I can do because that's all I have. So I have a very little amount. You're supposed to do a lot of cornstarch, like a cup of it, but you know, you got what you got. So I'm just gonna basically mix these two together because I like it when it's not that crispy coating. I think they like the smooth one better. This is Bang Bang. Oh, I got all hard. Bang Bang sauce or seasoning is pretty good. So that'll be my seasoning for chicken here. Well, that's not good. Coat it real well. Oh, real well. Like the batter mix I get, it's like a tempura batter. It's mostly cornstarch and flour. So this might work pretty good, but you add water. So I'm gonna add some cold water to this. So basically it's a batter that you put in the thing. So I'm thinking I might have to make some more with the flour. This will just be good. And then just coat the chicken, right? Put the chicken in here. I'm just debating how much am I gonna need for all that chicken. A little bit more, I'm sure. We're eyeballing here. Let's just add all of it. Get some water here. I used to think when I was doing my chicken, like learning how to deep fry chicken, that it had to be like exact. You had to have the right flour ingredients, the right liquid ingredients. And I'm like, no, in reality, you just need a wet and a dry one. So like we do hot sauce, it's good. I'll dip it in here. I'll pour this in here and actually just stir it up and drop it in the oil. I think that's good. Is this already ready? It is already. Okay, well, let me put this in here, do it with my hands, mix it up, and then we'll put some in the fryer here. And that can get doing its thing, and we can start on something else. Fire in the sink, for me that's good. If it's not safe in your house, don't do that. I'm thinking this will work and just put this in. Okay, let me get my, that's really boiling away there. Awesome, let me get my pan with the paper towel on it so it can sit in there while I do something else. First ones I hurried in and they kind of lost their coating. The next ones, they sat for a second, so they went in just fine. So just gonna keep deep frying. It tastes good. I'm gonna peel potatoes because we're gonna make a bunch of mashed potatoes. So let me just peel a bunch. Those turned out, look at how that's nice color on there. So potatoes are all peeled. I used up the rest of my potatoes I have. The only thing I've left is like a baking potato. I saved those because I was going to do like a baked potato. That was still on my menu for the month. So this is going to get over here and let it cook. Nice and golden in color. Okay, let's see what else we're gonna do here today. Okay, we are moving right along. I am going to get out. This chicken looks delicious. Wow, the first pieces did not, I was a little like, look at how great those look. The first ones, see the first ones? The coating all came off and I was like, oh my goodness, did I just say like, it doesn't matter what you coat with because it's fine. No, that was just, it just didn't sit for a minute. That's the only thing. So I'm gonna put these in. So something I'm gonna do next is make stuffing. Now I made homemade stuffing and it was much, Greg really likes it a whole lot better than he likes the box stuff. So I'm gonna do that. So I've got some biscuits here that we made a while ago. I'm gonna chop those up. The bagels I made yesterday too as well. I'm gonna chop just a few of those up, just do the homemade bread in there. Cut them real tiny. I've got some butter over here, melting in the pan. I'm gonna put celery and onions, a bunch of it. I'm just gonna chop these up real tiny. It's gonna be really good. And I realized that using my own homemade stuff was like my homemade bread. Like I used our bread bowls, I think, last time, and it was so much better. Greg was like, wow, that's way better than just like regular bread. So these are just in the freezer. I was gonna use them as for sandwiches, or for like little, like coated with butter and put some like garlic on it, just have it, but we never did. And they were kind of like too old to do for anything else, but they'll be great for stuffing. So let me just chop this up. Might be going, Amy, those were your beautiful bagels you had yesterday. I was not happy with those bagels once they sat. It's like they absorbed the moisture in the air 1,000 times over, and they just got, just not, they taste fine, they don't look good. So I don't mind chopping them up for this. Whatever you gotta do, right? Just like, look at that, is that all done? I think that's cooking up fast. And then I'm gonna put onions and celery in here and fry that. Those are frozen, so I'm gonna have to do with what I can do. I want to really use them up, so I don't mind using it a lot because whatever reason, those onions were so potent at Sam's Club this time. Is that not good? That one's cooked. How come that one's cooked and the other one's not? So I just definitely wanted to just use it up. So I think that makes me go out of the onions, which is good. It just made my freezer stinking. Normally it's not that bad. Hold on. Okay, I'm like, it looks like it's done, but it's not. Yeah, you want to make sure it's 165. Okay, so just very disappointed with those onions, and that's okay. I've been doing the onions in the freezer. Sometimes they're fine, and sometimes that was just a bad mix. So we put this in here. We'll chop up. I'm gonna do some more bagels because I just was not happy with them. It's nice and quiet now. They just got real moistury. I don't even know what happened. I was like, ew, I'm so sorry about the bagels. Okay, I've had a change of ideas here. Oops, hold on. I don't know how loud it is with the deep fryer sound. Maybe over here, maybe it's better. Okay, those bagels, I'm like looking at them. I'm like, these are so sad. I can't, and my kids will eat them, but I'm like, I can't say eat those bagels when they look so nasty. So I'm like, I'm gonna make a whole nother batch and they're gonna turn out 1,000 times better. I know they will because they always do. That was just really, really bad. So they were kind of hard to cut because they're in the refrigerator because I didn't want them to mold. I threw them out of the pan and put them in the oven for a few minutes so I can kind of cut them easier. So we're doing good. The onions and celery are there. I'll put some seasonings in it in a minute. I got some water boiling, season one of Jello, so I'll make that. Macaroni, pasta is in the back cooking for good. Potatoes are boiling. So let's mix up the bagels, another batch of bagels. We've been making these forever, and usually it's fine. Something just did not. So everything has been mixed. I'm looking at yeast, sugar, salt, water, and then flour. So I'm just going to let that go in here and let it mix up and do its thing. I've been doing some stuff without the camera on. I'm like, I need to get my camera on. So, okay, chicken is done. I don't even know. I don't mind deep fried chicken. It's like, I just don't love it. This, whatever, so good. So I cut a few pieces that I thought were turkey. I couldn't really tell if they taste like chicken or turkey. So I feel like that's gonna be okay. Let me show you, look at it. Don't mind the pieces that came up. I even covered, I put the pieces that didn't stick to it, I put those back in so they got a little crispy. This is so good. It's the smell. It's gotta be the bang bang sauce on there, right? It is so good. So this is gonna be a winner. I was gonna do like sub buns and then they can make subs with this, but I feel like just chicken with the sides tonight, they're gonna love. So a winner on this, for sure. Let me cover this. So extremely happy with that. And then the stuffing, I made stuffing so good. So this will be the chicken we have tonight. I'm just gonna set this right here for a minute. Like 20 things going on because there's lots of time crunch. The stuffing is gonna be great with the bagels and I feel so much better, like it's not going to waste. That's the good thing. It's like when you make that, all those bagels, I was like, oh my goodness, I put them in the container and like the moisture on them, it just made them soggy. And I'm like, oh, but if I put them in the oven and toast them, they'd be fine. So very good. So great for stuffing, didn't waste anything. The key is when you gotta throw things away and you're really frustrated with that. So I was happy not to. So I'm going to take, did you see what I did? I just put the onions and celery in here, put a bunch of spices, thyme, sage, and then chicken bouillon. And then I just added my water in there. And look at that. Oh, using my fingers, I know. But that is gonna be so great with some good gravy. Right here is going in the oven. That's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna put the cover on it and I'll bake it so it'll get nice and soft, and then we'll take the top off and let it kind of crisp, toast it. Again, making these early because I have to head out the door and then we'll eat them for dinner tonight. This will go in the oven, let it bake. Okay, that's good and dry. So then what I'm gonna do here, the request was some Jello, so I have Jello. I haven't made Jello in quite some time, so I'm gonna just pour this into my little containers here and refrigerate these. I don't know how many, I guess I like to know how many I needed. So this will be great. I like these little glass jars. I used to save the wee yogurt containers. I'd get them at the discount store in North Carolina, and they work so good. And I just bought the lids on like their website. They were like $1 a lid, and then I realized you could buy an entire glass jar with a lid for way cheaper. Right on Amazon. So we got a big box of them. I don't even know how many I got, 50 or something. Yeah, they break. Yeah, we lose them, but I still have a ton left in my weight here. So, okay, so Jello, this will go into the refrigerator. Put over. Okay, next thing is going to be the, I think this is rising up. So I'm going to do, mashed potatoes are done too. Mashed potatoes doesn't sit for a minute. Let me get a bowl out and we'll make macaroni salad. This is my husband's favorite. His mom has been making it for his entire childhood and entire life, and she still makes it. It's delicious. He likes it, so I'm making it. It's Miracle Whip in here. I'm gonna cut up some cucumbers and put salt and pepper, and if I got some green onions, put that in there. That's it. He eats it. He loves it, and what's great is I can use it for his lunches for the week. So what I'll do is with all of this, I'll make little, let me show that up. I'll make little bowls with the macaroni salad and put some turkey in there, and then I have to make sandwiches for the week. I did have to laugh. The other day I made him a sandwich for breakfast, for lunch, and it was like I was tired. I woke up in the morning and I made him a ham and provolone sandwich, and I was looking, I opened up one of, it looked like Miracle Whip, and I was like, huh, that looks different. And I'm like, oh, that's okay, but you know, you're half sleeping, so you don't really think much of it. And then I started spreading it, and I was like, oh, that's the icing from the whoopie pies. That's not Miracle Whip. So I had to laugh. I was like, yeah, let me take that off there. So whoopie pies, so good. Like, I'm not, like, I don't mind eating sweets and stuff. Like, I really don't mind. Like, I make cookies and stuff. I'll have a cookie or two. I just don't, it's not something I like crave or love. That they're good, but just not like something I need. But those whoopie pies, they were delicious. They were so delicious. I could not believe how delicious they were. So I have had one each day since I made them because they are that good. Okay, let me get my cucumber out. Okay, so when I went shopping at Sam's Club, what do we go? I think it's been 2 weeks. It has been 2 weeks. I like to get their produce there, and usually it lasts for quite some time. And so we still have apples and oranges in there. I used up the ones from Aldi, and so I think it was about more than 2 weeks. But I bought these cucumbers there too, and I was hoping they would last, but they do look really good. So this will cut real quick, because just need to slice it up in little slices. So this is good. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to, what are we going to do next? Should we do wash the dishes in the sink to get them out of the sink, and then we'll make the mashed potatoes. I don't have any sour cream, but I do have butter and milk. I do have half and half too, but I think we'll just do, no, I'm not going to do half and half because of the cream. And then I'll make a big batch of those. So that way, if they do get eaten up all the way, that's fine for the weekend, for the turkey and the chicken. But if it doesn't, we will make something else with it, like shepherd's pie or something on Monday, probably. Just depends on how much food gets eaten. The weekends are, everything varies, because sometimes there's kids here, sometimes there's not kids here. It depends on, and sometimes we go away, sometimes we do things. So I'm not really sure. I feel like I know who's going to be here, so we just kind of roll with it. So I feel like it'll be okay. So I'm thinking this is good. I'm going to make up, I've got all the rice and quinoa. Remember I made all that too much extra for my meals, which is really good, by the way. So I'm thinking to mix it with some broccoli and cheese and do like a cheddar cheesy broccoli casserole. And that will work out very good. You want scissors? Hi Maxine. She's like, Mommy. Okay, this is doing good. Let's go. I'm going to go to my garden. It has turned cold again, so it had got down to 40 last night, but it's like chilled, so it's like that 70-degree day with the sun. It's nice, but it's just a little chilly with the wind. So my green onions are coming back up, and you know what else I planted in the middle? A mango seed from those good mangoes, because I wasn't sure. I was like, the other ones, they all died, and I'm okay with it, but this one's coming up. It's even got a little flower on it, so if it continues to grow, we'll plant it in the yard. So these are my tiny little green onions. They work good. I can't grow a whole lot, but I can grow these. Even my floaty is deflated because it's so cold in the pool. Oh, right there. Okay, beautiful. It's nice though. The sun is shining. I can leave the windows open, the door open without lizards coming in. It's kind of nice. I like to open, oops, there you go. Let me put you right here. I like to, oh, come back. Come back, there you go. I like to leave them all open so that all the deep fry smell can just kind of blow out whatever direction I think it's blowing to the front. So that way, yeah, I'm not gonna wash these. I know. I don't have kitty cats. I don't have anybody eating them. So this way, the kind of the deep fry smell gets out of the house. Because usually the humidity keeps it all right here. And that's never good. Okay, awesome, look at that. Let me get salt and pepper. And this is it now. Grandma Sandy's original recipe, she would put in it tomatoes, but Greg does not like tomatoes, so it's more for looks. And I'm like, no sense wasting my money on them. Sometimes even the cucumbers he won't even eat. So this is good. I will stir this. I'm gonna put it in a container and it's going in the refrigerator. Perfect. And then I'll wash up my dishes here and clean this mess up, and then we'll keep moving. We're moving right along. Next is going to be the potatoes that I was thinking I forgot about, but I got to do these next. Let me drain out a little bit of water. Sometimes it's good to leave some in there. Okay, let me get my masher. Okay, so in mine, I'm just going to put butter, and put salt and pepper, and then I'll put a little bit of milk in there and just smash it. You can add sour cream to it, but I'm not going to because I don't have any. You do what you can do. That's the beautiful thing about it. Make with what you got. Put some milk. We'll smash it. I'll do some salt and pepper. So this is good. I like this little masher thing. It takes a little bit of time, but once you get it, it's like you have good smooth mashed potatoes. And then in the microwave, I put a container of nacho cheese. So what I'm going to do is I got some broccoli out of the freezer. I'm going to mix that broccoli with that quinoa and wild rice. And then I'm going to put cheese in there and I'm going to bake it. That's good. You do what you can do. That way it'll kind of use it up. It can be a good side. They probably would eat that stuff that way versus like as just quinoa and rice. I really like it. What I did for my meals, I'm still eating them, is I pulled out the pineapple habanero sauce I made. Do you remember that stuff? I froze it. So I pulled out a container of that and I was like, ooh, that's really good. So I usually just put a bunch of that on top of mine and eat it. So I like to do yum yum sauce too, but I'm like, this is better because I made it. I know what's in it. It's not creamy. It's just a clear pineapples and peppers. So it was good. Okay, let's keep smashing. Let's see, my dough is looking good too. Do this thing, that's good. We're gonna redeem those bagels. Pepper, I'm almost out. I'm gonna fill this up for salt. I feel like, okay, so what else did I do? I wanted to do, she's like, I smell things, Mama. We want to do turkey and ground turkey. I did the Jello, deep fried chicken, mashed potatoes. I didn't make gravy yet. And then stuffing out of the rolls, macaroni salad. What else did I write? I put sub buns, but I'm not going to do sub buns because I feel like I'll just eat the chicken. So I'm going to see, I'm basically making big giant Thanksgiving casseroles. I'll look and see if I want to make something else for the weekend. Really good. Do I want casserole pans? I don't think I do I? And see, she's like, I smell good food, Mama. I make good food, don't you? So good. It's delicious. Okay, this is done. Let me get a pan. Let me go see if I got a pan back there. Even the squirrels are hibernating because Mixon doesn't bark at any. We have in our neighborhood a white, did I tell you this already? A white raccoon, which is, I've seen it, they showed, some people took pictures and put it on the social media for our neighborhood, but I was like, how cute. So now we used to get, white squirrels. We lived in Brevard, North Carolina, that's where we lived, but they had a huge abundance in America for white squirrels. But we lived in Zirconia, and which is kind of a little bit further away from there, but we'd have a white squirrel like in our yard every day. And I was like, look at that thing. So they have a white raccoon, which is weird because it's out during the day. I would think a raccoon, it's bad for a raccoon to be out during the day, right? Like I used to think they were rabid if they were, but no one has like sparked concern that it's like rabid and we need to capture it. So I don't know, maybe they're different here in Florida. I don't know. But regardless, they are good. All right, look at that, mashed potatoes. So the white raccoon is somewhere. I don't think he came in my yard, not with mixing. This is perfect, look at that. Okay, this is really good. So I would put, let me look at the butter. Put this right on top in the middle. Big old chunk of butter, I know. Maybe, yes I am, we'll stick it in the middle. I'm gonna cover it. This will get heated up before we eat today. And maybe you have to snack it now a little bit. Look, I need the gravy too. All right, let's get creative here with our quinoa, cheese, and broccoli. So I've got this right here. It's wild rice and quinoa. Nice and solid and firm. But I feel like I can make it into a good side just by getting creative. Maybe like cheesy broccoli rice. This is how you use things up. Nacho cheese or canned cheddar cheese, doesn't that make everything taste better? I know. Do we just add all of that? Oh, maybe. We'll put some real cheese in there, don't worry. So does it kind of like outweigh it when you do a little mixture of junk? Like the cheese is not good, obviously, but the quinoa and wild rice and broccoli is, so does that make it okay? I feel like I know that majority of Americans go out to eat, and we rarely go out to eat, so rarely. So I feel like it's working good that way. Okay, so I'm just gonna stir this because the broccoli's frozen, so I feel like it will kind of thaw and cook a little bit when we bake it in the oven, and then that way it'll give it a nice moisture in there, so I don't have to add any moisture. And I have onion rings, the French fried onions, I'll put on top. I think I'm gonna need a bigger container. I'm gonna get a bigger bowl, I think, here, or a bigger pan. Look at that. Big chunk of cheese. Okay, that's gonna be really good. What's the flavor taste like? Let's see. I think there's enough in the quinoa. I think there's enough in it. Let me get some real cheese. And then we'll stick it in top. This was cheesy broccoli soup. Had it, and we had it in the freezer, and I pulled it out to thaw it because I thought we'll eat that. This is right in first cheese. But look at that, we'll use it up in here. That works. That little bit of soup will gather the fragments. That gives a little creaminess. See? Great stuff out of gathering what you have. I love that. Okay, so this is the pan I got. I feel like it's not gonna fit. Can we make it though? Maybe it won't be too bad. I'm all about overflowing, right? It's not gonna be way too overflowing. Because it will go down. I know. I'm gonna get myself in trouble because it's gonna go over in my oven maybe. Okay, there's that. But then again, maybe not. Because I know like it's frozen broccoli. That would work. Okay, good. So I know it'll have to kind of cook. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the lid on it. We'll bake this in the oven right now. When it comes time to be done, I'll put this on top, take a little, let it crisp up like I will the stuffing. I'm just gonna put this over here so I remember, because out of sight, out of mind. Okay, moving right along, got my kitchen cleaned up. I'm gonna have to make a mess with the bagels and the gravy. I just remembered I have to make gravy. So, but it's all clean, which is good. So the turkey, I checked the one over here and the temperature on the turkey is all cooked. I'm like, it's already done. So I took the foil off because there's some skin, but I'm like, but then there's not some skin because I pulled it off. So then I was like, I think I should just recover it. So I just covered it. I'm just gonna keep it on there for a little bit longer. This one over here, what I did is, I checked it, the stuffing, it's tasting good, it's absorbing, it's still cooking. So I'll let it do its thing here. And then this one is just not doing, it's only been in, I think it was 2 hours. I think I set it for 8. Yeah, because it's 10 o'clock right now. So I think I started about 8. So it's only been 2 hours. So, but they're cooking. So that's a positive thing. Bagels, I just Googled now yesterday, for whatever reason in my cookbook, I wrote down, this is not part of my cookbook, I just wrote down this bagel recipe because we like it. I did not say what to add to the water. I've been making these forever. I like baking soda is added to pretzels. For whatever reason yesterday, I could not remember what went to bagels, so I put salt because I Googled it and it said salt water. And then I was like, that just didn't seem right. And then I just looked again and it said to do sugar or honey. And I'm like, that is what it is. So maybe that is why my bagels turned out so bad yesterday. So live and learn. I put this over here because it got the door open and there is like, it's like cold coming in. And I don't feel like this is getting very warm. So I'm like, I probably should, what's on it? Liquid, I didn't wipe up. I probably should put it over here so it gets a little bit warmer, at least with the oven. So the only thing to do is, this is gonna be for my bagels when they're ready. We'll do the bagels and then I have to do some gravy. So I'm just gonna do a big pot of gravy, a big giant dose of it. So there's plenty of good. They like this. They like mashed potatoes and gravy when you make it right. These potatoes, it seems they like the yellow ones. We always grew up eating just the regular russet potato, mashed potatoes, right? Because they're cheap, or they used to be cheap. So we'd eat that and the kids just kind of like, got tired of mashed potatoes. Okay, so then for whatever reason, we just stopped making them because no one eats them. Well, then I just thought about, I think I had a HelloFresh meal or something one time and they had yellow potatoes and they were very creamy and delicious. So I was like, bet you it's potatoes. So then I started buying yellow potatoes and making them mashed potatoes. 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. So I got potatoes last time because, budget and trying to save money, and got regular potatoes. So we'll kind of see if this even gets, if they really like it or if they don't, but it's good. So I'm gonna get another pot here. Let's see, all my dishes. Whoever has dishes on my cook days, I'm always sorry. So right here, it's the mock KFC recipe for gravy. It's simple. I just put butter stick in there and we put onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, chicken and beef bouillon, and then I mix it with flour and then I add water. That's it. They like it. It's delicious. No measurements. It's just good because it's simple and yummy. So I'm going to do a big pot of it so we always have enough, because sometimes I feel like we make it and we never have enough. So this will be good. Okay, here is the butter. I'm going to add onion in here. I like the onion powder and the parsley. You find those new spices and you start cooking with them. You're like, I like those. I don't mind minced onion, but I never liked the onion powder because it always got hard. Okay, a little bit of too much of that, and then I pepper here. Oh, don't drop that. I have broken that before. Okay. Still got a little bit more butter. Now let me go get my flour. Let me get my flour. I'll just add flour. My gravy is doing good, just letting it continue to heat up over there. I opened up the stuffing and it looked great, tastes great, but it's starting to like cook where it's getting dry. So I took a container of chicken bouillon and water and just poured it on top so it had a little bit more moisture in there. I'm like, that's what it definitely needed. So here is our bagel dough. This one's gonna turn out just fine this time. Much better than last time. It's gotta be I'm thinking it's gotta be salt water. Because it was just like gooey and it was like, yuck, like why is it so yucky? So So I just put sugar in my water. That will bring to a boil after we make our bagels here. Ooh, a little sticky. Put a little bit on my countertop here. Okay, perfect. Just put a little bit so it's not sticking. Perfect. Look at that dough. I'll show you in just a second. Okay, put this in the sink. Okay, let's redeem myself on the bagels. I know they'll turn out fine this time. So this is for 8 and 8. I don't mind if some are big or some are small. It doesn't matter to me. So I'll just do 4, and I cut it in half, and I got 2, and 2 there, and 2 there. So this is good. I was thinking about something else for food, but I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna just not do it, because that way we make sure we eat the food we have for the weekend. We have enough treats. I have whoopie pies. I have cookies in the freezer still, and whoopie pies in the freezer, and so we've got ice cream in there. I'm like, I think I'll just kind of wait and see what gets eaten up. It's not a big deal to pull stuff out to make it. Like I said, we'll probably be gone. And one of these days on the weekend, I know we have to go out, and so it's just one of those, I just don't want to waste the food, trying to be frugal. Food is expensive, so no sense wasting. Okay, bagels just roll. This works out really good. I kind of just put in it. I saw, I don't know, like I was watching different videos, and then I don't know if it was Master Chef or something, some Master Chef, not the Master Chef. And so he just took it like that with his hand and then just rolled it. And I'm like, that works. It puts it together. It doesn't come undone. And it works really good. So there's that. Some are big, some are small. We'll let them rise up a little bit, and then we will put them in the boiling water with the sugar. And then I'll just wait on my turkey being done for the day, and that's it. So it's early, it's 10 o'clock. My days are getting done quicker and quicker. That's kind of nice, because I do have a lot of things. See, I'm feeling the sticky. I don't want to feel the sticky. I don't want it to stick, because I feel like when it sticks to the cookie sheet. I don't want that to happen. So anyways, I have a lot to do in my days between I want to film and put a video up for you guys, and then also school my kids, which takes time. And you know, there's certain years where it's more intense than other years, and so where you're busier doing things, where this year I feel like has been a busier year, so I'm thankful for that. So it's just been good, and then giving time for myself to get some walking in, you know, like for my mental health and stuff, because that's good to do too. So all good things. Okay, we're gonna roll these out and do it good. And the sun is shining, it's chilly, but it'll be a nice day because that sun is out. That makes all the difference. You can have cold, but if that sun's out, it's very nice. I was even thinking up in the mountains, we would fill our pool up in March, and sometimes it would still snow. I mean, it would still be literally flurrying, and we'd have the pool open. But what we liked about it was that we would sit up there, because when that sun was out during the day, even if it was freezing or too cold to go in the pool, that sun just made all the difference, because it felt amazing. So we like to fill our pool up early for that reason, because the girls and I would sit up there and get tan. In March, we were like dying for sunshine. So all good things. And I think when we moved in there, the kids had like their kiddie pools, so we filled up their kiddie pool. It was a little chilly, but they went in because it was hot enough up on the mountain to want to go in the water for a little bit. All right, look at that. All right, we're gonna have a better day with these. What I like about that gravy is it's real thin. Like, I don't mind a thick gravy. Thick gravy is good too. But I think of like when we go out to eat at places, sometimes it's a little bit thinner, more watered down, I guess, and that's why I like that you can make it that way. Because I feel like it tastes like KFC gravy. That's the name. Okay, look at that. Okay, let's roll these out, and we'll get 8 more, and we'll put them in the water, and then we'll have successful bagels. Okay, so I was checking my stuff in the oven. This is it, stuffing. Homemade stuffing. It's delicious. It's nice because you can literally almost like pull pieces off, and it's like, there's the bagel, but it's good. Like, I'd rather have stuffing that you can like taste the texture versus like the store one where it's all smushy. And then my broccoli stuff was overflowing. So I just scooped out the part that, like the edges, because they're cooked more than the inside, and got a bowl of it. And then I poured the French fried onions on it, put the lid back on because it's nice and flat, and I'm gonna finish cooking it. It's so good. It's just like cheesy broccoli casserole, which we haven't had, I guess, in a while. It's so good. And we did make leftovers the other day out of it. Delicious with the quinoa and the wild rice. So this is a winner all around. I'm like, how delicious. So I'm just waiting on the bagels. Kind of let them rise up a little bit. It's chilly in here because I got the door wide open. So I should probably shut the door, and that probably helped, but that's okay. And then when those are done, we'll drop those in the water, put in the oven. The turkey's cooking. Life's good. There's the turkey pieces that cooked. I kind of, for this one, I was able to tilt the pan and just get the juices out and kind of pour it on top, but I kind of picked it up and moved it out. So obviously it's not going to look perfect, but it tastes, I'm sure it's going to taste good. I didn't try it, but I'm sure it's delicious. Tender, that's the key. I don't mind smoking them, but Greg says he likes the tender ones better. So since he's the one eating it, I don't mind making it the way he likes it. So that's done. That'll be easy enough. I'll just cover that. It's just sit over there now. Cover it, and then the crockpot's still going. I'm not sure how long that'll go. Water is boiling. I'm gonna drop my bagels in so we can have the nice bagels cooking. It's good. Okay, this just came out of the oven. Look at this. This is gonna be cheesy. I think everybody's gonna love this. I thought it was delicious. So, is there water? Oh, it's not even boiling yet. I was thinking it was gonna be boiling. All right, let that boil a little bit more, and then we'll put those in. And the dough is sticking a little bit, but not bad at all. So these are much better. Much better already. It's the sugar. Don't do salt. So this is good here. We'll let these boil. I'll continue to, then I'll flip them and do the other pan. And then what I'll do is do an egg wash on top and put some salt on them. Bake them at, I'm going to do 425 degrees. So they bake real quick. I think it's 375, but I'm going to just turn up a little bit more to get done faster. Next scene. Just having a fit. Somebody walk by. Okay, now that batch was really sticking to the parchment paper. What would make it stick? Is it the heat? It's because I have it over here and the warmth is doing that? So I probably need to put maybe a little flour down. I've just never had to do that. Like I've been making these forever, right? Like I've been making them forever out here on film, and that's never happened until the last 2 times, and then they stuck. So you pull them up and they're all weird, so I'm gonna learn. Hopefully they'll turn out good. Okay, got those in the oven, we'll get the next batch in. Okay, we're doing so good. The last little bit of bagels in here. Even though they stuck, they're still puffing up real good, so it's good. They just, like the bottoms were real gooey yesterday. It was just not a pretty picture. So these are good. The sticking though, we don't want to do sticky. There we go, that'll be perfect. And then I've changed my racks in the oven, so I have to wait till the one is done because I moved them to the very bottom so I can fit my pans in there better. So I will just let this thing cooking, and then we'll put the next batch in. All right, there we go. Look at, I have redeemed myself on my bagels. Much better, proper. That's how they're supposed to look. Oops. That's how they're supposed to look. Okay, I had to come outside because the kids are all in there. So bagels turned out beautifully. Let me show you the other one right here. Perfect. I was so thankful to remake those. They looked 1,000 times better. I was just like, what went wrong? But I think it was the salt water. They taste good. I was able to use them for the stuffing. The stuffing with the bagels is going to be so good because it's good to use like a firm bread for that. And that was really like a baguette would be really good too. So very good. I got food for the weekend. We're done. I'm done. We're going to go enjoy the day because it's sunshine, beautiful. For February day, we're gonna get out and go. So you have a fantastic rest of your day. Come back this weekend for some encouragement. If not, I'll see you back on Monday. So, all right, I'll see ya. Bye.